Now, it's a top of mind topic for many parents and teachers right now. How can we ensure our children are safe at school? For some districts in Minnesota, one answer comes from a nonprofit started after the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in 2012. Our Jennifer Mayerle will join us live in a minute, but first she takes us to St. Francis to see what they're doing and the impact it's having and how other schools could do the same.
Reminders are posted in the halls of St. Francis Middle School. Say something.
There's signs all over the school about it that have the phone number and there's a QR code.
The idea behind the anonymous reporting system, see it, report it.
If students are having, some problems with their mental health and you feel that a student is unsafe, then you can use the app to, get help from a trusted adult or, really any issues that could cause the student mental or physical harm.
These 8th graders say classmates value the anonymity.
That was I think a big thing for some students because they don't want to start anything with anyone. And you just say what's happening, the student, everything, and then somebody handles it.
School leaders implemented the program 3 years ago. It's offered by Sandy Hook Promise at no cost to districts. Started after the deadly school shooting in Newtown, Connecticut.
With a free tip line that we can implement to prevent any kind of school violence, whether that's self-harm or bullying or fighting or something more tragic. At least we have an opportunity to have kids take a real investment in their own safety and their own security and the culture of our buildings and to look out for one another.
8 districts representing 100 schools in Minnesota use the Say Something program. Across the country, that number climbs.
More than 8 million youth and adults have been trained in the system, and so they know, again, how to identify warning signs and report them. And since inception, more than 320,000 tips have been reported anonymously through our anonymous reporting system.
Sandy Hook Promise Chief Program Officer Crystal Garant says they're seeing results.
We've averted at least 18 school shootings. These have been tips. We were the first to be notified of the information. There was a detailed plan of attack and weapons were recovered. Credible shootings prevented through our efforts.
Here in St. Francis, they're seeing results too, building upon relationships educators have with students and offering another option to say something.
Or get a tip that maybe we wouldn't have because of the culture that we're creating here, which is say something, reach out, ask for help. The more we can do that, the more we can help people receive the assistance that they need, the more that we're going to intervene for and maybe stop something major from happening.
A lot of the tips we get that are life safety don't come during the day. They come at night. They come in the evenings. They come at 2 in the morning.
Yes.
They come when kids are really in crisis and when they don't have an adult that they can lean on to support them.
They say having the information, big or small, allows them to act.
We're checking in with the families, checking in with the students when all of these come in to make sure that they're okay or what do they need, what do their families need.
And allows the school to better support students.
Most of the time, there's a plan. And most of the time when we have a school shooting or a major violent critical incident, most of the time somebody else knows something. And so, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
In St. Francis, Jennifer Mayerle, WCCO News.
SandyHookPromise.org has all the information that you need to know about utilizing the Say Something program. We've also added this information to WCCO.com, and Jennifer Mayerle joins us now. Jennifer, this Say Something reporting system, what blew my mind is that it's free for districts. They don't have a cost.
That's right. This comes at no cost to a school district. They told me they did some training, but it's really easy to implement. And students have options on how they use it, right? We saw an app that they can have on their phone. They can email. They have a phone number that they can call or text. There's a lot of options so that there's not just one way students can get in touch. There's different levels of tips. Some, might be that they might get the next day through an email. And these are the people who have signed up to get this information. Others are immediate. Those are called life safety tips. You heard him talk about that just a little bit. Those are the designated people get those calls and texts immediately, even if it's in the middle of the night.
Oh, wow.
Because these are serious situations.
Absolutely. Like they said, some things are planned out and there are visible plans or someone knows something about it already. and it's something you need to get on right away.
Right. So this is, again, different levels, some that you can respond to the next day, some that are very immediate, and you might be getting law enforcement involved.
Not just during school hours, like you just said.
Yeah, so it's 24/7. It's students at St. Francis Middle School, well, they have their phones locked up in their lockers during the school day, so they can't have their phones out. And so many of these tips for them come in after school, at night, and during the summer, because this is 24/7. This is not just during the school year, this is year round.
No, officials said they've seen results from this. We did just hear that, but can you talk a little bit more about the results they've seen?
Yeah, so here at St. Francis is who I can speak to, and they said that they have been able to intervene in certain things like bullying, and they've been able to give students and families support when they learn about these things. They did tell me about at least one instance, which was one of those life safety events. Someone spoke up about it, a tip came in, they got emergency responders to a location in time to save a life. And I mean, they really choked up when they were telling me about it. It's really powerful to hear about how this anonymous reporting system is having a real impact in their community, and they believe it has already saved a life.
And that's a good point. I didn't really even think about, you hear say something and you think about violence at school, potential school shootings, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that. Right?
It can be such a wide range of things. And the educators there said a couple years before they had this program, before they found this, they had had a few student suicides, and they were looking for a way to help. And then they found the Say Something program and this app, and they believe that this has helped their community already, and it's continuing to. And so it can help in a variety of ways. It can help in those really serious tips where there might be a threat of violence against the school, but it can also talk about self-harm or someone who is, that someone's concerned about. You can speak up about so many different things through this, and it alerts people at the school district. The school counselor can be involved, the principal, educators, and it gets people involved, and then they get others involved too.
Right, and these are trained professionals that are answering these questions and kind of pointing direction into the principal or everything, right?
Yeah, so Sandy Hook Promise has a team of people who is answering it 24/7 as well, just as those tips can come in 24/7. And so they're facilitating that out and pushing those notifications out to the people that need to get them. And they come in, they say immediately. And that's what the system is designed for, to help in so many different ways.
And this isn't the only thing that St. Francis is doing to kind of help trying to mitigate that kind of violence or bullying, or just trying to make people belong.
Right. Sometimes you just want acceptance, right? To make people feel like they belong. And that actually can go a long way towards stopping some of these other things. And Sandy Hook Promise actually has a club that you can join, or that you can kind of model a club after. And it's called the SAVE program. But St. Francis already had a club, and they call it WEB, Where Everybody Belongs. They actually have these really cool shirts that they made for this year. That on certain days, the students who are in that club wear them. But what it does is it pairs 8th graders with 6th graders. So this is a middle school. And so they're paired up with a group of students so they can get to know someone, have a trusted student in the school, someone that's kind of looking out for them, that they build that trust throughout the school year. It's designed for the beginning of the year to show them around the school and make them sure that, as they're transitioning to a new school, that they feel welcome. But then it continues throughout the year. And, the students say that they watch out for their friends and for other students because they learn things through this club on what to watch for. And so folded into their club are some initiatives behind the Save Promise clubs, and that's also called Students Against Violence Everywhere.
Wow. It's kind of incredible that not only do students these days learn about, safety drills when it comes to potential shootings, but they're also learning about what to look for when it comes to trying to spot out violence.
Violence, or just a kid who's having trouble, someone who's having a hard day. What do you watch for, and what can you do that can make a difference for that student, for that child? And I think these students, they were really incredible. I was very impressed, and I think what they're learning and in school and through their club is also helping them outside of school and just in life. And they're learning, to be kind to others, and I think these kids already were being kind to others, but have really good hearts, and they're learning a lot that can make a difference.
It's a really cool program that St. Francis is implementing. other schools in Minnesota are also doing this, other districts.
Yeah, we know that 8 other districts representing about 100 schools in Minnesota are using this. More can if they want to sign up. They get in touch with Sandy Hook Promise. Robbinsdale Schools is doing it. They implemented this in the 23-24 school year. So they're coming into, what, their second year then, or third full year of doing it,
yeah.
so 2 years of doing it. So we know other school districts, they don't have the club, but they have the Say Something anonymous reporting system.
Okay, wow, wonderful. Anything else that really stood out to you when reporting on this story?
No, I really just think it's about this school district is about taking action, is wanting to. The last thing that they said in the story was, you know, it's like an ounce of. Oh gosh, now I'm going to say it wrong.
An ounce,
but it's about just
something,
taking
a pound of
cure. Right. Yeah. An ounce of prevention, a pound of cure. Thank you for helping me with that, Maria. And it's about just doing something, and it's doing whatever they can to try to make a safer, kinder environment at school for all kids.
Which is important everywhere, but especially at that age.
Yeah.
Jennifer,
absolutely.
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.